We are treating the tip of the iceberg. What do we mean by that? Because we have a huge population, 1.2 billion population. We have a high level of incidence of cardiac diseases, especially coronary artery disease, angina, heart attack. And the scenario has changed a lot in European population, in the American population. Most of the heart attacks are coming up at the age of 50 and plus, while in India, the age is decreasing. Younger populations are getting affected more and more. What is the cause? Whether it is just diabetes, which is almost twice as compared to the American and European population. In our country, the incidence is high, or it is metabolic, or it is genetic, or it is stress level, or it is just high blood pressure. I think the most important is stress level coming up, especially in the younger population, being very competitive. We are still a developing country, and therefore we have a very high level of competition among students at the age of 20, 25, 18, 16. And this leads to a constant level of stress, which can be, and you'll be surprised to know that the coronary artery disease is not the disease of the rich population. The lower middle economic situation, the socio-economic state, those people who are coming from the lower or even the rural background, they have a higher level of, the study has shown that they have an equal or maybe higher level of coronary artery disease. So we are dealing with a very special condition in India. The government hospitals, we have private hospitals, we have corporate hospitals. As we discussed in the previous session, that the government is not able to take over the burden of the healthcare, and unfortunately the district hospitals, which is manned by government do not have the cath labs to do angiography in most of the districts. For example, Uttar Pradesh, we have 74 districts, and we have district hospitals. I think not only 10% or 20% district hospitals will have the coronary angiography, which is very important for treatment of coronary artery disease, especially heart attack and unstable angina. So the burden comes to the private hospital, but private hospitals, they have their business model, and the corporate hospitals, they do not do charity, and the government will not fund them. So in that case, the patient has to pay. So patient is either paying from his pocket or the insurance companies. Fortunately, during the last 10 years, the insurance companies have gone up, and I would say about, I'm not sure about the exact percentage, about 5 to 10% of the Indian population have some kind of insurance, either from the government or the corporate. I'm talking about central government health services or the ESI or some kind of this private insurance companies which are coming up, and therefore they're able to pay the cost. But still 90% to 80% population do not. So coming to this part, I think we need more of NGOs and more of collaborative approach with the World Health Organization, with the people like Japanese JICA. They are coming up with some charity coming up for this purpose. So this is one area which we looked into. Second area is, of course, the lack of number of doctors. In India, the population-wise, we have about 5 lakhs doctors in India, which makes about 1 in 2,000 doctors available, or 0.7, something like 0.7 per thousand doctors available in the whole country, which is almost 1/3 what is available in France and in USA, about 3.2 per thousand versus 2.5 per thousand in America. So we have a deficiency of doctors, including nurses. Although we are the biggest importer of doctors south of India from India, but still the Indian subcontinent does not have enough doctors to treat the patient population. We have a high concentration of doctors in the urban areas, like the major district like Delhi or metropolitan cities like Bombay, Calcutta. But in the rural areas where deficiency of doctors is there because of the lack of facilities, nobody from the doctors would not like to settle down in a small district where the facilities basic and basic. So this is a basic problem. And similarly, the medical colleges have to be really upgraded. We have a huge deficiency, and we require at least 10 lakhs of doctors further to treat our patient population. And for other part of this, that we have less specialists also. We have primary doctors who are doing MBBS, and they're not able to treat specialty patients like cardiovascular or cancer or nephrology or patient requiring dialysis or severe gastroenterology or liver diseases. And there's a huge gap in India where we have about 44,000 undergraduate seats available in various government and private medical colleges versus only 12,000 postgraduate seats. This is a big deficiency. 44,000 undergraduate seats available per annually versus only 12,000 postgraduate seats. There is a basic problem. Not only the basic the family physicians are lacking, but also the specialists are lacking. And this is a big problem because the private medical colleges, which are coming up in a big way during the last 10 years, are not able to survive very well. But still, we need at least one medical college in each district. And by 2025, the government plans to have at least more than 100 more private medical colleges. They are giving some sort of facility, but not much. I was yesterday only evening, I was talking to one of the owner of the private medical college, and he was telling his plight, and this is very important as to share with you. On one hand, the government is saying that make private medical college because there is a huge deficiency of government doctors, not government, the general doctors. On the other hand, there is a big problem for all the medical colleges private in getting the clearances or whatever way. The reason, which I don't know, maybe they are trying to do a shortcuts and they are not following the MCI compliance issues, or this is a different thing. As a doctor myself, I am doing a gymnasty in Apollo Hospital, but at the same time I have a dream and small ambition to develop Indo-European medical colleges and a super specialist hospital in various locations of India. And we already marked out about 5 districts, including Lucknow, Noida, Bombay, Indore, and Gurgaon. So where the land is possibly made available, I'll just take 1 minute more. And then we will be talking about the possibilities of collaboration from the American and of course British agencies. So mine would be that the dream of all of us who are Indian or who are Indian origin would be to see that India healthcare should grow, and not only grow but also it should grow as good as a British or American or any other European country. Thank you very much.